few weeks ago, Matt Rhule got fired, the head coach. And he talked about early on in his tenure about, hey, it took Jay-Z 7 years to become an overnight sensation. So you look at, okay, this 7-year plan. Matt Rhule had a 7-year contract, which was a terrible deal. That's a different conversation. So I look at it, Matt Rhule's 7-year plan. If I look forward 7 years from when he got hired, I think it might work, actually. Matt Rhule's 7-year plan is actually going to work. Now, a lot of people are like, well, they're terrible right now. They stink. What do you mean? How is this going to work? Well, that's like they always say, the night is darkest just before the dawn, right? Players that were brought in during the time Matt Rhule was here. Stay with me, people. Stay with me. Derek Brown, drafted. J.C. Horn, Jeremy Chin, Ike Kwadu, Brady Christensen. That doesn't account some other young guys like DJ Moore. Some really good young talent that has come in team. Tommy Tremble might be a good number 2 tight end. Might be. Still a lot left to be desired with Tommy Tremble, but their potential is still there. There's some other guys like Terrace Marshall, Shi Smith. Jury's still out on those guys. But his failures as a coach on the field led the team eventually to trading Christian McCaffrey. This quote-unquote fire sale. But I don't think it's going to be a fire sale. But you do in return get some high-quality assets. Again, 2nd, 3rd, 4th-round picks next year from San Francisco and a 5th in 2024. Also, you're staring down a top 5 pick, potentially number 1 overall pick in this upcoming draft of 2023, which allows you to do what? Go get the one thing that you've needed. Since the moment Matt Rhule got hired, the one thing that they've been chasing, one thing David Tepper's been chasing is that franchise quarterback. Now, when they signed Bridgewater, that bridge deal, they butchered things after that, as we know. But you're in position to maybe take C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, whomever, Levis from Kentucky, whoever you think is the guy, you're in position to do that now. It also gives you the flexibility to maneuver within the draft because going into next year, they only had a 1, a 2, a 4, and a 5 in terms of the draft. But now you add again a 2, a 3, and a 4. Now you have a 1, 2 2s, a 3, 2 4s, and a 5. That's 7 picks in the first 5 rounds. Again, you can take those picks and you can maneuver because let's say you are picking number 1 overall. Well, you have the first pick in the 2nd round, number 33. Well, you can move into the 1st round again and also maybe use that 4th-round pick you got from San Francisco to move into the middle of the 1st round to take another quality player that you really want. So a lot of people say, oh, we didn't get a 1st for Christian. Well, guess what? You can use what you were given to move into the 1st round again, and you still have a 2nd-round pick, and you get 3rd, 4th, 5th. So there's maneuvering that you can do within the draft. So you have high pick, good young players, the ability to maneuver within the draft. Also, by trading, a lot of people remember earlier this week, Robbie Anderson got traded. Christian McCaffrey, again, those guys are going to have dead cap hits in 2023. $18.3 million for Christian McCaffrey in 2023. Robbie Anderson's dead cap hit, $9.7 million. In 2024, those come off the books. It's a lot of money coming off the books. $28 million of cap space coming off the books in 2024. So you take that. Also, if you look at next year as the final year of Shaq Thompson's contract, it's a $24 million cap hit. If you release him, it's a $13 million cap space you're going to clear up. Still about $11 million cap hit, dead cap penalty, but you can clear up $13 million in cap space, or you can rework his contract. That's if you don't trade him. So you have those all coming off the books. $24 million of Shaq Thompson's contract off the books in 24. $28 million cleared between Robbie Anderson and Christian McCaffrey. Those 3 players off your books in 2024. $52 million in cap space between those 3 players coming off your books in 2024. You take that, a coach sees that, a potential young offensive mind that's going to be a head coach or even maybe a current head coach, someone that you could see and sit there and say, hey, that's a high pick. There's some really good young players, especially on defense. A couple good pieces on your offensive line with Ike Ekwonu, Christensen, Taylor Moton on the right side. We can still continue to build into the interior of the O-line as well. All that cap space clearing off in 2024, things are looking actually pretty attractive. All that cap space clears in 2024. You have a young quarterback that's hopefully improving into year 2. The current young stars that were mentioned in the 2023 class and some of those other guys are improving. If you hit right on the head coach, you get things right with the quarterback, guess what? Come 2026, which is the final year of that 7-year Matt Rhule reign, become that overnight sensation, you're looking at the final year 4 of those rookie contracts of that 2023 class. Those other guys that I mentioned earlier, Icky, Brian Burns, DJ Moore, Derek Brown, J.C. Horner, Jeremy Chin, those guys are in their primes. You tell me this team can't win? If you have to hit on the picks, you have to hit on the quarterback, you have to hit on the coach. But who says that year seven of Matt Rhule, air quotes, year 7 of Matt Rhule, that this team can't be one of the best in the league? Why not? So guess what? At the end of the day, maybe Matt Rhule won't be the worst thing that happened for the Carolina Panthers, even if he himself was truly the worst.